I'm going to be a little vulnerable today. Now, I'll be honest with you. I've had a hard time the last couple weeks leading up to this week just trying to plan for the future, just trying to figure out what is it that I want for myself. And it's tough because at the end of the day, I hit a lot of goals that I wanted, and I just was having such a hard time figuring out what's the point of going further? Like, why? What is the point? Like, why am I pushing so hard? Why don't I take a break? And, some people have said, hey, maybe you should take a break. Some people are like, hey, you need to push yourself further. But I couldn't figure it out for myself. And it wasn't until I was talking to my homegirl, Taylor. And let me premise Taylor for you guys. If you are a woman looking to build a slim, thick physique, she is your coach. Her confidence, her energy, her understanding, her want for you to be the best version of yourself, she is second to none. And if you are thinking about getting a coach to get back in the gym, to get that physique, she is going to help you become the best version of yourself. So hit her up. I'll tag her in this. But she posted one of those questions and was like, hey, what are your goals for this month? And I was putting my goals down. I was like, cool. And then I started following her, pushed the notifications. And I noticed she just kept talking about being 1% better. 1%. And I was like, what, 1%? I started saying like 2% to her or whatever. But then, for whatever reason, I had this feeling to look up 1%. Like, what would happen if you got 1% better? Now, I've read the compound effect. I understand, how all that stuff works. But I think a part of it slipped my mind when thinking about myself and others in this idea that if you got 1% better every day, if you pushed yourself 1% further every single day, what would that equate to if you could count it out in numbers? And the truth is, it's not that you would become 365% better. You would become 37 times better, because you are going 1.01 to the 365th power. So if you can run 1 mile, if you pushed yourself 1% further each day, you would be able to run 37 miles, because it's just 1% more. And I was like, what does that mean? And I started thinking back to where I was 2 years ago. And I did the math even farther. And I was like, my goals that I had for myself 2 years ago aren't a drop in the bucket to what my goals are now, to what I am now. How did this happen? How do you go from 11-minute mile to a 6-minute mile? How do you go from being 260 pounds to being 198 to then getting to 215? It came from every single day. I just pushed myself a little bit farther. And there were some days I saw some growth, and there were some days I saw nothing. There were some weeks I saw nothing, some months I saw nothing. But I knew I just had to be a little bit better. And that is maybe the meaning of life. My mom used to always tell me, Django, you're perfect the way you are when things go wrong. God made you perfect. No, God made me perfectly imperfect. I can never really reach perfection, but I can push myself a little bit farther every single day to try to actualize something amazing. And the crazy part about a compound effect is that you don't just go 37 times better for the next year. You become 1,427 times better than you were 2 years ago if you got 1% better, because it keeps compounding. If you are going to live the next 5 years, we have no choice. If we're going to be alive for 5 years, we're going to be alive for 5 years. Imagine if you pushed yourself to be 1% better. Whatever you believe you can be is exactly what you can be. When track was going on, when people thought you couldn't break a 4-minute mile, you couldn't break a 4-minute mile. And then one man broke the 4-minute mile, and that is now the baseline. The truth of the matter is, human potential is endless. We don't really know where it ends. We don't know how far we can go. But if you look throughout history, that's like watching basketball games in the 1940s. It looks like a joke. I would kill them. I would be getting 60 a night, triple doubles. But that was the best that they knew. And then someone broke the mold. Bill Russell broke the mold. Wilt Chamberlain broke the mold. Michael Jordan broke the mold. And then everyone else realized they could actualize that potential. So what does it mean if you got 1% better for the next 10 years? I mean, it's a beautiful thing to think about. Just sit on it. You're going to live anyway. Why not try to get 1% better? And what does that really mean? If you're just trying to get smarter, what if you just read 10 pages in a book every day? You think you get 1% better? If you ran 1% farther every single day when you went to the gym, if you took time and tried to treat people 1% better, Seriously, what would the world look like if we stopped looking at other people and all of the mistakes that they made and all of the things that they don't do and all of the ways that that's normal and decided that we're going to set the precedent for what we can become, that we're going to be the archetype of greatness that can be in the world. Your potential is endless. I'm talking to you. This isn't about me. This isn't about other people. This isn't about the president. This isn't about LeBron. This isn't about anyone else in history or future. It is about you in this moment. What could you be if you became 1% better every day for the rest of your life? And what would that do for the people that are around you? It's beautiful to think that we are so limitless in our potential and what we can become by helping those around us, by literally pushing ourselves to be 1% better. And I can already see some of the compound effect of the people that are in my own life, of people who have pushed themselves a little bit further, and then people around them have decided to make changes. It doesn't just end with you. It's not just about you. This is about what the world can become because of the choices that you make to become at least 1% better every day. Because you will become the new baseline for those around you. It's not even just about becoming the best in the world. What if you just became the best in your city? What if you became the best in your class? What if you just push yourself 1% more and the people around you got 1% better? What if the world changed because someone who saw what you were became something that you couldn't have even imagined them to become? Something beyond even yourself. It's beautiful. And I believe in you, and I believe in the greatness you can become. Think about it. 1 year from today, you could be 37 times better. 2 years from today, you could be 1,427 times better than you are today. If that's not something that you can get excited about, I can't help you. But I know that for me, at this point, if this is what happened to me in the last 2 years, it's limitless of what's going to be in the next 2 years. It's limitless of what I'm going to be in 2040 and 2050 and 2060. It is greatness. That is in you. The God spark is in you. You are limitless potential. I believe in you. I love you. That's why I say that at the end of every video, because I know that you are capable of something that no one else could ever be. The question becomes, to what level are you going to live that out? Do you want to be 37 times better than you are right now? Do you want to be 1,427 times better than you are right? 10,000 times better. I mean, what does that even look like? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine the possibilities of what you could become? This is another episode of Learning to Live Unchained with Django. I love you. I believe in you. And I know that we can create something special together. But it starts with yourself. It starts with me. I can't change you. You can't change me. But we can take one step in the right direction, and we have no idea how that can compound. Shout out to my homegirl, Taylor. Thank you so much. I don't know if I could have done this without you. Peace.